Trump stood in the White House last night and told America the Iran war is almost over. Oil immediately spiked 4%. Stock futures fell. Markets said they didn't believe him. Here's exactly what he said, why markets reacted the opposite way to what he intended, and what it means for your money this morning. Last night, Trump delivered his first formal address to the nation on the Iran war, 33 days after it began. He said 4 things that matter for your money. He declared the war is nearing completion. He promised it'll wrap up very shortly. He threatened to hit Iran extremely hard for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And he told other nations to take care of the Strait of Hormuz themselves because America doesn't need it. Markets didn't rally. Brent crude surged above $105 a barrel within minutes of the speech ending. Dow futures fell. S&P futures dropped. Asian markets opened lower. Japan's Nikkei fell 1.4%. South Korea's Kospi dropped 2.82%. Here's the problem in one sentence. Trump promised the end while threatening more destruction. And markets couldn't price almost over because they've heard that 4 times already this month. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what Trump said, what it means for oil prices and your investments, and what you need to watch in the next 2 weeks that will finally answer the question every investor is sitting with right now. What Trump actually said, the good, the bad, and the confusing. Let me give you the speech in plain language, because there's a lot to unpack. The good news first. Trump made a credible case that Iran's military has been seriously degraded. Iran's navy is gone. Its air force is in ruins. Its missile production capability has been systematically dismantled. 13 U.S. service members have died. Trump honored them directly. He said the core military objectives of Operation Epic Fury are nearing completion. That's the genuine positive. If those objectives are actually achieved, this war achieves something historically significant: the dismantling of Iran's ability to threaten the region for a generation. Here's the confusing part. In the same speech, Trump threatened to bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages over the next 2 to 3 weeks. He threatened to obliterate every Iranian electric generating plant and target its oil sites if Iran doesn't make a deal. He told NATO allies they're a paper tiger and suggested the US may withdraw from the alliance because they didn't join the war. So which is it? Is the war almost over, or is the worst bombing campaign still to come? Markets couldn't answer that. And when markets can't answer a question, they sell first and ask later. Here's the part of the speech that matters most for your wallet specifically. On gas prices, Trump called the 30% spike in fuel costs short-term and blamed Iran for attacking oil tankers. He promised prices will fall quickly after the war ends. The honest assessment, Trump's right that prices will fall when the war ends. He's wrong that the fall will be immediate. It took months after the 1990 Gulf War for oil markets to fully normalize. If you're banking on cheap petrol by summer, the data says be cautious. Why markets rejected the speech? Here's the fundamental problem with Trump's speech from a market perspective. For 5 weeks, every market rally has been based on one hope: a clear exit, a ceasefire, a deal, a definitive end to the uncertainty that's kept oil above $100 and every major index in correction territory. What investors heard last night was not a clear exit. It was a promise that the exit is coming soon, combined with threats that suggest 2 to 3 more weeks of intensive bombing. That's not an exit. That's a continuation. CNN's analysis put it directly. Trump failed to answer the most pressing questions undermining his victory lap. He didn't give a timeline for the Strait of Hormuz reopening. He didn't explain how Iran, whose new leadership he described as more moderate, will actually agree to a deal. He claimed regime change happened while the regime is still in place under Khamenei's son. There's a word for what markets are experiencing right now. It's called credibility fatigue. Trump has told investors 4 times this month that a deal is coming, that talks are going well, that the war will end soon. Each time, markets rallied. Each time, the underlying reality, Hormuz still blocked, oil still elevated, didn't change. After the 4th false dawn, markets stopped believing the words and started waiting for the evidence. That's what you saw last night. Not panic, not a crash, but a clear, disciplined rejection of a speech that didn't move the needle on the actual problem. What actually needs to happen for markets to recover sustainably? One thing, the Strait of Hormuz needs to show real signs of reopening. Not promises, not naturally opening. Actual tanker traffic resuming. When that happens, and it will happen eventually. The oil price will fall, the inflation fear will ease, and every sector that's been crushed this month will recover fast and hard. Until then, your money stays in this pattern. What you need to watch right now. Let me give you the specific things that are going to drive your portfolio in the next 2 weeks, because there are 4 of them and they're arriving fast. First, non-farm payrolls. That's today. Good Friday. Markets are closed. You'll feel it on Tuesday after the Easter weekend. If jobs data is strong, one of the 2 major fears, stagflation, eases. If it's weak, the Fed's nightmare scenario deepens. Second, April 6th, Trump's extended Iran deadline. It's now just 4 days away. The speech last night made clear Trump wants a deal, but on his terms, which include the Strait of Hormuz being open. Iran's response to last night's threats will set the tone for whether April 6th is a turning point or another extension. Third, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte visiting the White House next week. Trump's NATO comments last night caused serious alarm across Europe. The visit will either calm that or confirm that America's most important military alliance is fracturing, which is itself a market-moving geopolitical risk. Fourth, and this is the one most investors aren't thinking about yet, Q1 earnings season begins the week of April 13th. Every major U.S. company is about to report how badly the Iran war actually damaged their profits in the first quarter. 5 weeks of oil above $100 hits margins in every sector, from airlines to retailers to manufacturers. Those earnings numbers are going to tell you the truth that stock prices haven't fully priced yet. Here's the investor playbook for where you are right now. Don't panic, don't chase. The speech last night didn't change the fundamental direction of this war. It just made the timeline murkier. Markets are going to remain volatile until the Hormuz situation clarifies. What you should be doing right now. If you've got cash sitting on the sidelines, you're in a good position. The opportunity to deploy it at better prices may be weeks away, not months. When the Hormuz story breaks decisively in one direction, and it will, the market move will be fast and large in whichever direction it goes. Quality matters right now. The companies that are going to recover fastest when oil falls are the ones with strong balance sheets, low debt, and consumer demand that hasn't evaporated, just been delayed. Airlines, consumer discretionary, mid-cap tech. These are the sectors with the most snapback potential. Patience is the only strategy that's working in this market. It's uncomfortable, but it's right. Here's last night and this morning in 30 seconds. Trump addressed the nation for the first time in 33 days. He said the war is nearing completion. He threatened to hit Iran extremely hard for 2 to 3 more weeks. He told other nations to sort out the Strait of Hormuz themselves. Markets rejected the speech. Oil spiked above $105. Futures fell. Asian markets dropped. That's not a crash. It's a clear signal that investors need evidence, not words. 4 things you're watching: non-farm payrolls today, Iran deadline April 6th, NATO visit next week, earnings season starting April 13th. The war's exit is coming. The Hormuz reopening is when your money starts recovering. That moment hasn't arrived yet, but it's closer than it's ever been. Stay patient, stay informed. I'll see you tomorrow with the jobs report reaction and the April 6th outlook. If this breakdown of Trump's speech and what it means for your money was useful, give this video a like and subscribe to Global Finance Market News. We track every story that moves your investments every single day. Hit the bell, because when the Iran story finally breaks, you'll want to know first. Everything in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Please always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Past performance is never a guarantee of future results. Always consult a qualified financial professional before investing.